Hey guys, I'm hopping on here to show you guys what a pregnancy unglow looks like and then how makeup can help so that you feel somewhat normal-ish throughout the day. This didn't happen to me with my first pregnancy, but this one definitely is different. My skin has completely changed. I have had breakouts, I've had my skin discoloration has changed, like I know it dealt towards the end of my pregnancy and the first time. And I've had it happen here, and well, obviously I'm tired. And so I have like raccoon eyes, but I'm hopping on to show you guys how you can make it so that, because one of the things is that when you go out looking like this, sometimes you feel a little bit downer. It doesn't mean I don't think, anything, I don't think less of myself, and I don't think any of you should feel less of yourselves. It's just that we're not putting our best presentation, and so sometimes we feel that on the inside. So sometimes, now I haven't been putting on makeup every day at all, but there's been days when I do put it on and I have the energy to do that, and I've felt so much better. So I wanted to show you guys, I already primed my face, and I thought I'd just show you some of the stuff that I'm using, what works for me as usual. And while I get ready, we can chat if anybody hops on or anything. And so this is, I'm gonna use the concealer one for this under eye business I have going on. It's already look at the difference. That is huge. So yeah, I'm gonna put some here to help, and it might look a little funny at first, but concealer is definitely like a must-have, whatever concealer you're using. I know I've been using concealer for pretty much, I want to say most of my life, because I tend to have dark circles under my eyes. Sometimes even if I sleep or I don't sleep, it still happens. I'm gonna put some here. And a breakout here. It's gonna leave a little bit of a scar, but we have stuff that I can use, or I have stuff that I can use for that. So I'm just gonna dab there, so I can cover that up a little bit. And let's put some on here too, on the inside, because I don't know about you guys, but that gets dark too for me. Everybody's different. Different things work for different people, guys, and this doesn't happen to everybody. Like I said, my first pregnancy totally didn't happen. It was a completely different pregnancy. It's been a very not hard pregnancy at all though, but a lot has changed. And maybe I'm guessing that's like just I'm getting ready to it's like my warning that things are gonna be very different, and that's okay, I understand that. That's how things are. Put a little bit here. And we'll have to probably clean that up after. All right, and this big pimple. It's been crazy. I mean, like, it was like, I want to say like a month or two after I got pregnant, everything changed. Like it really changed. So it was, I've been struggling with it. And I'll be honest with you guys, nothing helps. Nothing. And everyone's told me, like, you just have to wait it out. Some people's it gets better in the second trimester, and it has gotten better, but using our foundation, which is amazing. So it has gotten better for sure, because it was like, for a while it was like not just one breakout, it'd be like a couple, and they're painful. So it has gotten better, and I'm almost in my third trimester now, but it's still like an adjustment for me. I've like never had that. And so I had been using our skincare products for a couple months before. My skincare felt amazing. And then all of a sudden, and then I got pregnant a couple months later, and it was just like so different. And I've tried different things and nothing works sometimes. And that's one of the things that we always say at Limelight. Some things are just hormonal and you can go to a doctor to have it prescribed or fixed, or, you know, and, but obviously in my case, I just have to wait it out and then see what my skin changes to after. So that's what I'm doing. I figured after the baby's here, you know, we can, I can adjust again and see if my skin's gonna be oily or if it's gonna be back to combination, and see what it is, you know, and we'll just go with it. Pretty much, that's another big lesson I've learned. To just kind of go with it and you will figure it all out. It's gonna, whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it. This is what happens when you let your kid play with your makeup. Yeah, it falls apart. I mean, luckily I'm like down to almost nothing of my bronzer. This one's getting a little low, but I have an extra one anyway, so. But I'm gonna set it where I put that concealer, especially. So here, and that's good. And then I'm gonna use my bronzer. It's falling apart, but I'm like, I'm gonna use every last drop of it. So I'm just gonna do my 3. That's like the first trick I learned when I was, that was like probably the first thing I learned about makeup when I was tiny. I didn't learn a lot about makeup when I was younger, but I remember my sister took me to a store and they kind of showed us a little bit. I remember, I think it was like at the Body Shop even. It was like, you know, I was tiny and she got me like, you know, teen makeup. And that was one of the things we learned. I remember they were like, just do a 3 with your bronzer. I'm gonna use my blush here. Just right there. Just make it look a little more alive. All right, so that is our skincare. Now let me do my eyebrows first before anything else. Like, let's do that because it's gonna make it all kind of look a little bit better and you guys will notice. But anyway, you saw how that was pretty quick. You don't have to do anything else if you don't want to. This is sometimes my basic look. Sometimes I even, I just don't even worry about the concealer. Obviously it helps because those dark eyes, raccoon eyes, are really something else, guys. They really can show like that you're tired or that your body's tired. So I'm gonna go here so I can kind of see what I'm doing, but I'm just filling in here. And guys, always remember it's hard because I'm always like, oh my gosh, my brows are so different one to the other, very different. And so I'm always trying to make them look the same, but they're just not. They're not gonna look the same. The nice thing about eyeshadow, guys, is you can play around with it. You can fix stuff. You can easily with your finger even fix it and adjust it. And you can use different colors. Like I've told you guys before, sometimes I carry a crayon, a pencil, an eyebrow pencil in my purse for when I forget to do this at home, but I prefer to do it with my eyeshadow because, like I said, you can fix it. You can make it darker, lighter, you know, adjust however you need to adjust, and it looks nicer. So that's what I do. And so as you can see, my eyebrows are totally uneven. I did this years ago. I overplucked. I think everybody, if you're my age, you overplucked at some point in your life. So I've been growing this out so that it can be a little bit further out, and then this top needs to adjust. But that's the nice thing about filling your brows, dude, is you can grow it out without it looking like, I remember when they first told me like, you gotta grow your eyebrows out. And I was like, what do you mean I gotta grow my eyebrows out? Like, how am I gonna do that? Cause let's face it, eyebrows don't come back in like one piece. Like they're not like, oh, we're gonna fill and look like fantastic, right? No, they come back like this. All different, like, whoa, all different areas. So here's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna fix that. So they come back, and that's what's been happening with mine, is I've been growing this one out and it's like, one eyebrow is this way, one is this way, one's that way. So anyway, I'm gonna fix that. And then now I've been touching my face here. I'm just gonna reapply. This is why some people do their eyes last. And I usually start with my eyebrows, or I get my eyebrows. I do them real fast because some of it drops here. That's what happens to me usually in the mornings, is it drops right here. But guys, okay, you guys saw how simple that was and how much more like alive and kind of just normal I look. Eyebrows bother me a little bit. Let me fix it. See? And they don't have to be perfect. They're gonna be different. Don't worry about it. But they're filled in, so they don't look like they have any gaps or any grays or anything like that, which is nice. So that's how you can do. My hair is a disaster too, but that's a whole different story. It's also changed a little bit, but that's how you can do basic makeup, guys. And you can do your eyes afterwards, your eyeliner, which always looks nice, and mascara. But I'm gonna play around with some eye makeup. But this is a very basic look for us moms out there for when we're trying to get out the door in like no time. So, and if you want it to last longer, I would pop off this on our 10 years finishing spray on top. It'll last all day, which is amazing. You don't have to retouch or anything like that. And obviously some lipstick. Let me put on. I have Grace in a like mini little tube. I've got a couple different options that I can put on. But you can put on some lipstick also and some lip liner and just finish it up. But I'm gonna play around a little bit. So I just wanted to show you guys our makeup and how you can make yourself look less like a mom bee if you want to, you know, if you want to feel, if you're like me and sometimes you have the time and you want to do it. So anyway, that's it. Bye guys. Thanks for joining me.